Wait, what does he need a wisdom save for?
He's starting his turn in the range of the Spirit Guardians.
Because he's starting his turn in the range. Right, yes, gotcha.
And at the end of the day, aren't we all starting our turn in the range of the Spirit Guardians?
Well, actually, I'm not.
No, I meant in real life, Isaac. It was a metaphor.
Never change, Isaac. Who remembers what happened last session?
We played Dungeons and Dragons.
You sure did.
Oh, man, I don't...
It was cult stuff. We broke into the cult room, and there was some demon.
Yeah, I think the session began with Gaspar and Lady Fitrian coming out of the time capsules.
Yeah, coming out of the tube. And N.
Which turned Gaspar into a mongoose creature monster.
What?
That's the bit. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I didn't mention that? Shoot. So you guys basically got the effects of a long rest in the time of a short rest.
Was last session when we went through that door and it was the illusion of Little Frasier?
Of Lord Bloom's family being not massacred because you guys saved them by distracting and attacking and confusing the demon hordes before they could overrun it.
I believe we stabbed Pingu in the kidneys. Or was it Jack?
It was Jack. Yeah, Pingle. I don't even think you've taken. No, you did take him down because you guys searched him and you discovered the key, which he had been being punished for losing. Oh, yeah, there was the entire debacle of Gaspar picking the lock. Towards the end of the session, after having tried to pick it 3 times and gotten 3 fireballs dropped on your head, you guys got the key from Pingle's, like the lining of Pingle's robe where it had fallen through his pocket, and
then you picked it anyway?
Then you picked it anyway, and you got a 20. That was honestly quite epic. I relayed that to a couple of D&D groups that I was in, and I was like, ladies and gentlemen, D&D. I loved it. And then you burst into the next room. Oh, you guys took the robes from the cultists that you had previously massacred. So they're basically hanging in their underoos in the other room now. And you wore their cloaks to sort of infiltrate this room on the left. There was, I called it a vulture-like demon, but we all know it's a Vrock. And some cultists, and one cultist sorcerer. You guys took them out with relative ease, but the door on the other side of the hallway has just opened up, and somebody has tried to attack your most dear, precious cleric. How dare they? Your sweet, wonderful cleric, Lady Fitrian.
Was it Gaspar?
Nah. And that's actually where we left off, was just as that second sort of branch of the fight was beginning.
Oh yeah, because this dude came out of the... there's like another room there.
Yeah, the initial door that Gaspar unlocked opened up into a hallway with 2 doors at the left and the right at the end of it, and at the very end of the hall straight ahead, what may be a door, with like these certain like sort of like etchings and inlets, which might seem to indicate that it requires a sort of more complex key. Something sort of like large and gray appears in the doorway, partially obscured by Lady Fitrian, and it actually goes out and makes an attack at her. Ooh, makes out 2 attacks, yeah. Natural 20, oh god, that's gonna, oh holy fuck. Should have ended with this natural 20, why didn't I do that?
Did that guy move into that area?
Yes, because you have your aura of Spirit Guardians up.
Then before he kills Lady Fitrian, I will require a wisdom save.
Nope, that's an 8.
Then he will take 21 radiant damage from angry hobgoblin ghosts.
Alright, that does a fair amount of damage to this guy. But he still lashes out and deals just 14 piercing on Lady Fitrian. It is N's turn. N is going to just skeeter. Full move action to get right here. It's going to stab at whatever this human is in there. Oh, both of those are going to hit for 13 points. The individual who initially attacked Lady Fitrian in the hallway, starts muttering and doing some hand stuff.
With a wisdom save, if you please.
Does a 16 beat it?
16 will match it, which I think means it does. He takes 11 half damage.
God, I love this spell. Even though he resists, he looks ragged. He avoids several of the ghostly hobgoblin clamoring weaponry, but not enough of it. And he is going to cast darkness to obscure this area. He's going to center it on Lady Fitrian. He's then going to sort of like move back and away and leave the effect area of the clamoring hobgoblin warriors. All right, so now all of that is obscured in a globe of darkness. It's Lady Fitrian's turn. You have no idea what happens on her turn. All you hear is grunting and groaning and her shouting, "Take that!" and the sound of her presumably her mace clacking against something stone-like, which could be the gargoyle, could be the wall. You don't know. Malcolm, it is your turn. Yeah, you can see through magical darkness.
Yeah, because I have...
You have double sight. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's finally coming up.
So she just hit the wall twice.
Malcolm's just going to just rub his eyes like, damn it.
Take that! Yes!
N is in there too, right?
N is in there. You can kind of see his tail twitching this way and that on the periphery of the bubble.
I will actually cast Dispel Magic on the darkness sphere there.
What level are you casting it at?
Let's see.
What am I thinking? You don't have anything higher than 3rd level.
No.
So this is your biggest spell level, and that is okay because the spell does immediately end.
Nice.
Lady Fitrian is sort of like gritting her teeth with primal rage, and the expression on her face turns immediately into annoyance as she realized she has just attacked the wall.
And Malcolm's just gonna look at her like, I saw that.
What else we got for Malcolm?
I already cast a spell. I'm gonna just move 3 squares this way.
All right, excellent use of Dispel Magic.
Thank you.
I think from where you're at, you can see a handful of cultists kind of in the doorway of the next room, trying to avoid what stray hobgoblin spirit warriors have sort of like ventured into that room. Since I believe the aura does go around corners and shit.
Does the aura follow Vukrvar's, or
Yes.
does it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right, that it
All
for
right.
Malcolm?
It is.
Okay. Vukro.
So I'm assuming that other door is open. If I were to move here, could I see into it?
Absolutely, you can. You see what is essentially a mirror of the room that you are in, complete with the cultists. There's a little bit more rubble in this room. There seems to be sort of a mantle and brazier. And there is likewise a giant statue of similar make to the one in the room you have previously been in. But now there are 3 cultists that are within range of your hobgoblins. I just figured you would like to know that. You can also see the cult sorcerer that you just did a shit amount of damage to, sort of hunched over on the backside of the statue, clearly in pain, clearly low-key dying, and very terrified that you are now coming into the room. You know, he's almost on the edge of the hobgoblin cloud.
Vukro is going to step there so that the guardians can get everybody.
Hell yeah. God, I love this fucking spell.
It's really terrifying.
It's been so good.
Is it like a visible cloud around him, actually?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you guys can see and you can hear the goblinoid hollering of war cries. This is all of Vukrvar's proud hobgoblin ancestors.
Because it's poetic, I'll hit him with the serpent. Yeah, I was going to ask, will there be any kind of penalty for attacking around that corner?
You'll get partial cover. But you can also say that You did it on the way by because you can split up your movement around your attacks.
Very good point. I will do that.
I'm just gonna casually walk by and smack him in the face with the club.
That's just the Volkravar's way.
Just while he passes through, he just tries to bonk him. I'm guessing a 13 won't do it.
Geez, you think that's something I would know offhand? No, it will not, unfortunately. But it would have done it even less if you were attacking around the corner.
He just accidentally bonks Lady Fitrin. Don't blame me, it was the darkness. The darkness isn't there anymore. I had my eyes closed. Yeah, that's his turn.
All right. Pretty good turn. Using what you got. Gaspar, it is your turn.
Globe of Darkness.
Globe of Darkness has been dispelled, care of Malcolm.
Thank you, Malcolm.
You're welcome.
All right, then I guess I'll move over to the door and try to engage the demon.
Okay.
You know, like a rogue.
Yep. You just kind of slip in between Lady Fitrian and her duel with the wall, which she seems to be losing. And you confront the nasty stone demon man.
Doki. Yeah, I think stabbing it is the way to go, unfortunately. Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit, yes.
19 damage?
Hell yeah. Man, I don't even know what that looks like. What are you attacking with?
My +1 rapier.
You see a crack on the side of this thing, and you just jam the rapier into it. You just kind of lever open the crack, and it sort of spreads up the side of this creature. Yeah, it's just gonna make attacks at you. That's all he's really got right now. It's kind of boring, actually.
Wisdom save, please.
Wisdom save, gotcha. Wisdom save is 4.
That'd be 14 radiant damage.
That's not bad. The hobgoblin spirits just sort of like crowd around the hole in its side that you made, and they start like literally slipping into its body like clowns in a clown car. And after a moment, they start like flooding out of his mouth, and he is looking as though he is ready to fall to pieces. But he is going to make 2 attacks against Gaspar.
What?
That doesn't seem fair, does it?
I've never done anything to this guy.
Does a 16 hit your AC?
Meets it.
Then the other attack will also. So,
Ow.
14 points. 14
Total?
points of piercing damage, yes.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
He's not a very tough guy.
Who's a little tough guy?
I mean, this isn't the final boss battle, so...
Wait, what?
yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
The final boss will be when we leave and Pingu reveals his true power level.
God damn, that would have been a great twist. All right, so N is going to...
Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me.
He is going to launch himself at one of these cultists. Only one of those attacks is going to hit for piss-poor damage. He's going to deal 8 damage to this guy, which, in fairness, is almost enough. I presume you need a wisdom save, although I don't think that it's even possible for this guy to survive the onslaught. I will make a wisdom save on his behalf anyway.
I could roll all ones. I did not roll all ones.
Does a 15?
No, a 15 will take the full 23 damage.
Gosh. So, he only had 3 hit points left. What does an extra 20 points of damage from your hobgoblin warriors fucking look like? I would love to hear exactly how this guy is fucking disintegrated.
They essentially Mortal Kombat fatality him.
They pull his spine out?
They decide that they each one a piece, because this guy's kind of a dick.
Mm-hmm.
So one grabs an arm, another grabs the other. There are just 4 hobgoblins around him, and they just end up pulling him into 4 different pieces.
So he is drawn and quartered right there before you. But I guess that's him all over.
Oh, he's all over. He's all over everywhere.
And then that is it for Cult Sorcerer. Lady Fitrian's turn. Lady Fitrian is going to make her attack also at the gargoyle. She's going to miss.
Damn it.
Oh, well. And now it is the turn of the cultists who need to make wisdom saves. A natural 20, an 11, and an 8.
Keep the 8.
So the nat 20, he takes 9, which is half. And the other two only get 15 and 10. They got very lucky on those damage rolls.
I don't even know why we do what we do, because 9 is the maximum hit points of these creatures, so...
Oh.
I say creatures, these individuals. So, yeah, you just killed them all anyway.
Good job.
I feel like they all get, like, clubbed to death by a bunch of hobgoblins. They just, like, come out of nowhere. I'm just like...
I'll be honest, cultists at this point, at the level that you guys are at, are really more just props. Like, they're like, you know, flavoring to the actual battle. They can't really be much of a challenge in and of themselves.
Blood-filled set dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'd just like to specify it was the ones who ripped the sorcerer apart. They kept his limbs and beat the cultists to death with them.
Hey man, that's kind of fucked up.
I mean, we are hobgoblins.
Malcolm, he didn't even get to fucking do anything. Malcolm, the only creature, as far as you can tell, is you can see that Lady Fitrian has turned her attentions away from the dastardly wall and seems to be trying to hit the creature that you can kind of see around the doorway.
Okay, well, I guess Malcolm will go right here.
Mhm.
Can he lean into the doorway from there?
Can he? Yeah, he can. If you were to attack him, the creature from that angle would gain partial cover.
I mean, could I just, like, put Lady Fitrian out the way? Wait, could I?
Not an attack in the same turn.
I'm assuming you're using a spell or a cantrip or something.
Yeah, so I was going to try and hit him without...
So you could probably, like, do it from there and have, like, a straight line of sight on it.
And also be outside of his threatening range.
What, like in here?
Yeah, like right there.
Yeah, like he goes by Lady Fitrian and is all like, can I move her or not? And then, and I'll just walk out there.
Yeah. All right, go for it.
20 to hit and then a 13 to hit.
The 20 does hit.
20 hits? Okay. Damn. That's 5 damage. Force damage.
So as this creature menaces both you and Lady Fitrian, Gaspar, there's still hobgoblin warriors just kind of like jumping into the crack that you made and coming out of his mouth and his ears and stuff. And suddenly a blast of shadowy energy smashes into this creature, busts him wide open, little chunks of rock flesh shrapnel out to the corners of the room, and he explodes in a cloud of hobgoblin ancestors.
Nice.
Delightful.
Okay, and you guys are out of initiative at this point.
Time to loot some bodies. Or rubble in case of the gargoyle.
Woo.
Let's see, do I have to roll an investigation? Is that it?
Investigation is what I would do, yes.
And you said this door to the north is locked.
Locked is probably not the first word I would use. You're not 100% that it's a door. You think it probably is.
Well, if there's a key in one of these guys, I probably won't find it because I rolled a 4. So...
you're able to find 9 gold pieces in the...
Okay, 9 gold pieces. I will split that amongst us.
So looking at this, what seems to be a door, possibly, it's sort of like an etched, kind of like a marble, and it is a man's face. Sort of like an elven man's face.
Did Lord Bloom make a door with his face on it?
You don't know. It could be Lord Bloom. It's a little hard to tell. It's very stylized. You can tell by the ears that it's depicting a creature or an individual of elven blood. In the sort of like the chest piece of this highly stylized figure, there is what appears to be a cross-shaped generic holy symbol, sort of etched into it, like a depression, like something could fit there.
A cross-shaped holy symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Does it at all look dagger-like?
It does sort of resemble a thing that could, when activated, spring into a dagger that you might have seen at some point.
Does it look like something that Lord Bloom might have given to Gaspar earlier in this adventure?
You could always check.
I can rifle through my bag.
Vukro makes a very, very, yes, astute observation and prompts you to check through your bag. Well done. Nicely done. That was like 10 sessions ago.
Elbowing Gaspar. Hey, look, does that remind you of something?
Yeah.
You do draw the dagger holy symbol that Lord Bloom bequeathed unto you.
Secret dagger.
Secret dagger.
Secret dagger.
That's what happened.
When he puts the dagger in, the door sings that song.
You know, like normal.
Drawing out the secret dagger that you were given, it does seem to be approximately the right size and shape.
We'll fit it in there.
You fit it in there, and it does fit in there, no problem.
Maybe push down on it a little, see if it's like triggering something.
You push down on it, it does feel like there's a little bit of like weird give there. You realize that there's kind of a circular plate that it fits into.
Ooh, does it spin?
You can try.
We'll spin it.
Okay. With a little bit of effort, because it is stone on stone, the white marble circle in the center of the chest that this dagger-shaped inlet is set into does turn. You turn it until the holy symbol is inverted and completely upside down, and then something clicks.
Oh my god, I left the oven on.
Fuck you. Man, I'm trying to do a moment here. Fuck. Some sort of magical effect takes place. For a split second, this door-like slab turns black, where before it was a marble-like white. As it quickly sort of like drops into the floor, but the whole thing sort of like drops downward to reveal a passage beyond. You get like a flash of a demonic visage before it disappears into the ground.
Uh-oh.
And it disappear into the ground it does. Okay, there's a lot going on in this room, so as the door drops open, the first thing that kind of happens is you hear chanting kind of coming to a crescendo.
Fuck.
As though some sort of ritual has been completed or is at least coming to some sort of plateau.
Guys, we broke the seal.
There is a massive room beyond this door. It is, it's 80 feet wide. It's some 35, 40 feet deep. There are 4 pillars arranged around a central circle that has been drawn on the floor. There are 4 cultists, sort of like arranged in the bottom part of sort of like a pentacle or a star kind of arrangement. That's not like religiously loaded or anything. That's just how I happen to arrange them around the circle. There's 5 figures here. There's a limited amount of ways you can do that. Anyway. At the very back of the room, another figure, what seems to be a tiefling, dressed in these cultist robes. You remember mention of a head cultist by Pingle, who went by the name of Tsojcantha, and she seems to be leading the chanting. That is kind of the set dressing for the room, the 3 most important elements of this room. On one of the left-hand pillars from where you guys are standing, there is a small goblinoid figure that appears to be lashed to one of these pillars. One that Vukrvar's will instantly recognize as Lady Nostril.
That's High Priestess Nostril. Thank you very much.
High Priestess Nostril, Lady Nostril, for common everyday speech. She is kind of gagged. Vukro will note with some satisfaction that the cultist nearest to her has bandages on his hands.
Yeah, she does that.
In the very center of this circle, likewise chained up, although not chained to anything in particular, just kind of trussed up, is the senile old man that you guys have come here to see.
Dad.
So, all trussed up in Dad, son of a bitch. All trussed up in chains. And the third and probably most pressing of the items in this room is a massive, wavering red portal in the very back of the room from where you're standing. Some 30 feet wide. Let me measure that shit, actually. I don't even know offhand. 40 feet wide. Beyond seems to be a sort of like shimmering, heat-warped landscape of fire, and somehow also giving you the impression of coldness. You get this instinctive feeling that what you're looking at is a small portal to the abyss. I'm going to be real with you guys before you go into this room. A lot of this campaign was basically to decide if something very, very bad is going to happen to the nation of Eldritch, which may have ramifications for example, the hold of Tsojcantha for generations to come. This is going to be a hard fucking battle. Y'all might die. I'll be clear about that. There's a lot of potential outcomes here.
So hold on. Lord Bloom, from where we can see, is trussed up in chains. Is there a lock on those chains?
Looks like there's multiple.
If only somebody could mage hand lockpick or something.
It's good. You can't tell if the cultists have noticed you. Don't forget, you guys are also still wearing your cult robes. Yeah.
Part of me was like, maybe we can, fool them and be like, oh god, the heroes are here. We have to abort. Everybody through the portal, quick.
Here's what you hear when the door opens as the chanting comes to a stop. Suddenly, the lead cultist, the tiefling at the very back, says, "When the smile lies, creation believes him." And the other cultists echo this, just almost as though, like, saying amen in a church. And she sort of spreads her arms wide, and she says, "Over a century ago, our Lord came to this plane, seeking an item that would grant him great power, the power to make the material his own realm. But the other archdemons in their cowardice banded together to bind him to this plane with the creation of 7 demons. While these beasts still lived, their power would prevent him from returning to the abyss.
Oh, fuck.
And the archdemons divided his spoils. As he survived in this realm, isolated from his home and his great armies, he told 2 great lies. When the smile lies, creation believes him. One by one, those demons fell, and now at last they are fully slain. Now only one thing prevents his triumphant return to the abyss, with the spoils of the material ever in his clutches. We have retrieved the item, the key to it all." And she actually produces this silver coronet.
Tiara.
Isaac, I'm not even going to make Malcolm do a check for this. Malcolm knows exactly what this is.
Oh,
This is an artifact of immense import.
shit. What is it then?
It is the Coronet of Yearning.
What's it gonna do? Make her hungry, or?
The Coronet of Yearning is to this world what, like, say, the Holy Grail is to us. You instantly recognize it because it is this legendary item that some people believe doesn't exist. It is an item that grants a single wish.
And he's just holding it up.
Oh shit!
Tsojcantha, yeah, she's just holding it up.
You just hear Malcolm whisper, "Oh, well, shit."
How much does
It's
it weigh? Approximately.
You don't know from looking at it. What's the limit on your mage hand?
5 pounds. If it's a,
I don't think
is
it weighs 5 pounds. No,
I was
I
going
don't
to say
think
if
it weighs
it's a
that
light
much.
metal circlet, unless it had something, magical, beefy gravity field about it. It'd be funny. It's like, oh yeah, I know, it's made of solid lead, dude. It tastes really sweet. We're not sure why. Yeah, suck on the tiara, everybody.
She's holding it pretty firmly, so you can go ahead and do that if you want.
I mean, I'm relying on the element of surprise, I think, because you know what? Regardless of how firmly you're holding something, if you're not expecting someone to snatch it out of your hand,
Okay.
well, I'm just gonna make sure that I don't have anything else I can use to kind of enhance this.
Oh, also, what's the range on Mage Hand?
We're about to find out.
Oh, I also meant to mention that whole bit that she was just doing was a little bit hard to make out because the entire time, from the very center of the room, you could hear somebody going, "I know a song that gets on everybody's nerves, everybody's nerves, everybody's nerves," over and over again.
I love him. 30 feet?
It's just how it goes. Yeah, you are not within 30 feet.
You'd need to move up 2 squares to be within range.
That's not bad, though. I could move up 2 squares. I could whisper, be like, "Hey guys, you want me to go try and grab that tiara?"
Yeah, do it. I'll go for
It's
nostril.
probably gonna start combat when I fail. What? Okay.
I'll go for nostril.
All right. Malcolm, how long do you have left on land squid?
Oh, you mean Vera Nostra?
Land squid.
Vera Nostra? The soft beak of the nut?
Just out of curiosity, Malcolm, what the fuck else would I be talking about?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because if you're talking about some random land squid, I don't know how to help you. But if they're talking about Vera Nostra, soft beak of the nut, maybe we can help each other.
He has 8 rounds left. You've only used Vera Nostra for like 2 rounds.
Oh, yeah.
I think that we might have better luck grabbing the tiara if Vera Nostra appeared and grabbed the tiefling cultist leader. Also, I mean, you got like 8 legs. You could probably deal with most of those cultists.
Oh, she definitely could.
So that might be a solid intro into combat. I'll try and grab the tiara with
Are
my
we going
mage
to try
hand.
and do some stealth?
It'd be a surprise round, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Fair enough. And they're just like, we all burst into the room and they're like, "Oh, good, the guests of honor have arrived. Kill them." And then like 20 more cultists come out. You know. I'm just saying it now so you can't do it later.
I have no compunctions about still doing something even if you guys guess it. That just
I
means that I laid
appreciate
the groundwork right.
It makes you a better writer than anyone involved in Game of Thrones. But yeah, so I think if we priorities, get the tiara, kill the cultists, save the hostages, not necessarily in that order. But so we drop a squid on him, I try and steal the tiara, and Volkrvar's goes to free Nostril. That seems to be what we're wanting to do, everybody.
It's pretty solid, yeah.
Works.
Sounds
All
about
right.
right to me.
So I need to move up 2 squares, which I would think I would do probably after the squid appears. Doesn't that make the most sense? You know, when everyone's attention is elsewhere. So, you know what? You gotta squid it to him, I guess.
Squid it to him. Yeah.
Squid and let die.
Or shall we try just getting in position first? If I go left, you go right. You stay center.
Can I be, like, center left adjacent?
Sure.
Nice.
I'll head to Nostril. If they start attacking me, use that to get in position.
Alright.
10-4.
I mean, I could literally drop it right in the center. Well, I'll try not to squish Lord Bloom, but...
Vukro will enter and slowly head towards Nostril.
And Malcolm will enter and slowly head off towards the right.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Both of us?
Sure.
Malcolm's like just slips on his goggles. Got 9.
I got 5.
Okay, you guys keep on doing what you're doing. What's Gaspar doing at this point?
Well, he is going to try and get into position, I guess, since the other 2 are sneaking forward.
All right,
Or-
you kind of have to step into that central ring if you want to be close enough.
So we're kind of getting a solid spread on it, really. And we can leave Lady Fitrian and N back here in reserve for when combat starts to add an additional element of chaos.
They love chaos.
Well, N does. But yeah, so I'm going to go in and tack off to the pillar on the right-hand side and get in my 30 feet so that when the chaos starts, I can try and snatch that tiara.
Okay, you make a perception check.
18?
So as you're stalking around the pillar,
I didn't like that.
and you can see Malcolm getting into position, and this new creature, Nostril, glaring unrecognizingly at the cultist-adorned Volkrvars. You also glance up at the cultist, and as you're creeping into the room and casting your eyes upon her, you can see her very subtly smile.
Yeah, I think we're burned.
I can message the party and say that we've been found out.
Vukro's sort of waiting on Varanustra before acting.
So I will also message Isaac and say, drop the squid.
Drop the squid.
Can I message
Oh,
back?
sorry.
Like,
I mean Varanustra. That's the whole message. Lest there be any fucking confusion.
yes.
Beautiful. We love to see it.
And can I message back with an obvious, like, sarcasm to my thank you?
Yeah, sure. That's super thematically appropriate right now. Yeah.
And I wave my arms like in the direction of the pillar, like so I just look crazy. But that's fine. But yes, I will summon Vera Nostra. Let's see, summon her right on top of Lord Bloom. Solved it, guys.
Meanwhile, in the background,
Everybody's nose. Everybody's nose.
And she just gives an unearthly screech. Been trying to work on my screech. Kind of like that.
The audio did not pick that up, but I love the energy. And with that, I believe we are re-entering initiative.
Been rolling garbage on initiative this whole fucking campaign.
yeah, but your character doesn't need to go first. Speed is not your ally. Big stompy things are.
That is true.
So you are behind the pillar.
Uh-huh. That's within range to use the mage hand?
It is exactly in range, 30 feet.
Grand. Okay. Well, I'm going to try it.
Go ahead and make a caster check. What's your casting stat? Your ability score? Is it off of your intelligence?
I don't know. Hold on.
Oh yeah, no. Intelligence is your spell casting ability. So do an intelligence check for me.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. Just a flat intelligence?
Flat intelligence.
19.
19. Okay. You wrestle with her for a moment, and that's going to use up. I would say that's going to use up the movement that your mage hand would otherwise have. But
Sure.
you are able to wrestle it from her hand.
In theory, so hold on. Using the mage hand takes up my action, but not my movement, correct?
Yeah, you still have movement. The mage hand has its own movement, so yeah.
But could I use the portion of my turn dedicated to movement to activate the wish ability of the thing since it's in my possession, or does it not count once it's in my physical hand? Like, I don't know how this works as an item, if at all.
You don't know. Yeah, you don't know how it works.
But I'm not getting any weird magical vibes or anything. Just from being in contact with it with the mage hand is my question.
No. You're not getting any funky magical vibes just from touching it with your mage hand. No.
Okay. No worries. So I can't move the mage hand anymore?
Nah, you were struggling with her for a hot second, so.
Valid. I guess I'm gonna have to just hang out. So that's my turn.
Okay. It's Lord Bloom's turn.
Love that guy.
He recognizes what's going on. He sees you. You see him eye you over by the pillar. He says, good show, boy. Welcome to the fracas. You're in for it now. Do your family proud. Proud. And he kind of tapers off towards the end there. And he starts looking confused.
Well, I mean, he does have dementia.
It's funny you should mention it because he's moving his mouth quietly like he's trying to work something out. He suddenly looks really confused.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh wait, did she also get a surprise round? Because she was onto our shit.
For her,
She does. She actually does, yeah.
Isaac, why you gotta say stuff? He wasn't gonna do that.
I feel like he was.
Teacher, did you want to collect the homework from last night?
She is going to move her hands and start incanting under her breath in a sort of horrible... well, you guys all speak Abyssal. I don't need to fucking play it up. And suddenly, the coronet is encompassed by a sphere. A sphere of shimmering force. She is grinning all the while and making full-on eye contact with you guys.
Oh boy.
The crown immediately drops as your mage hand is canceled.
Fucking canceled. Sure. So the mage hand dropped off and the crown is surrounded by a 5-foot ball with force shield.
Yeah.
Well, here's hoping it means she can't activate it till she's done killing him.
Mm-hmm. Here's hoping. That was pretty much her entire action there. It is Vokrvar's turn.
Woo, love that guy.
Thank you. So, can I just cut Nostril loose, or...?
You can. The problem is actually with Nostril herself, who does not realize who you are. She just sees a cultist coming at her with a dagger, so she is going to try and stop you from getting near her with the dagger. So I would say roll an attack against the ropes.
Or talk. A little Lady Nostril, it's me would go a long way. That's what I'm saying.
No, this is funnier. 16.
Okay, yeah, you're able to hit the ropes and cut away the ropes with your action. Lady Nostril looks momentarily confused, but she's also gagged, so she can't really voice her confusion. but she does sort of like plop to the floor.
Stay behind me, priestess. Yeah, Vukro will just place himself in front of her.
Between her and the cultist, yeah. No bonus action?
No.
Now it is Malcolm and Veranustra's turn.
So I'm going to have Veranustra make 2 tentacle attacks on the tiefling.
All right, make those attacks.
Okay, one is a 9 and the other one is a 17.
The 17 will hit.
Okay, I will use that to grapple her.
Okay. She is loop-de-looped. Does that do damage as well?
Oh, yes it does. It does 1d6 plus 4 bludgeoning damage. Hold on. So that'll be 7 bludgeoning.
All right, she takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Takes a concentration check to keep up the sphere spell upon the coronet.
Did she fail?
No. She made it.
Damn.
Low DC. When it's low damage, low DC.
Okay.
But she is grappled.
And I did have one question.
Yeah.
That force spell around the tentacle, not around the tentacle, but around the crown.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if it does it stop me from moving it?
You'd have to do an Arcana check to determine like the precise nature of the spell. But you could also just, I don't know, touch it. I mean, I guess it would be considered an interaction if it's within range of Varanustra.
Oh, I mean, I was just gonna use Gust to see if I can push it into the abyss portal. But
you want to push the wish granting item into the realm of demons.
Oh. That is a very good point. I did not think of that.
I shouldn't have pointed that out. I feel bad now. I denied us some really good chaos.
All the demons in the abyss, and the abyss was just like this empty void place. But never mind.
Luckily, your character would know better.
All right. That would be a really bad idea. Then I was wondering if I could give Malcolm's turn to Veranustra and see if Veranustra can fling the sorceress into the abyss.
You can't give or take actions like that, I'm afraid. Veranustra's kind of already had her attacks.
All right then. Let's see if we can free Lord Bloom then at least.
Okay. You're gonna scramble over and try to get Lord Bloom freed?
Yes, I was. I just needed to see how far my move action was, because I'm just trying to remember how fast I can move. What is it, like?
You should have 25 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna go over there, and then I'm going to... What did you say he was bound by?
Chains with multiple padlocks.
Can I use a firebolt to melt them?
I think with multiple turns you might be able to do that, of just like focusing firebolt on it, but that is probably not the most efficient means at your disposal.
Probably not, no. That is probably not.
It's like trying to like take time and like hack through a chain with a hacksaw in the middle of a battle. It's about the same order of that.
Then I will use with this floor here, it's stone, yes?
It's all stone, yep.
Alright then. I will use mold earth to cover the crown.
You're gonna cover it in a dome of earth.
Of stone.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. Of stone, yes. Interesting. You guys are like just trying to keep it away from each other. I love the tactics that are coming to the fore here. Tsojcantha looks kind of annoyed by that.
Malcolm gives her the middle finger.
Anything else for Malcolm?
No, that's it.
All right, that's it for Malcolm?
Yes, that's it. Okay.
The cultists are surprised. Lady Nostril. Okay, Lady Nostril is struggling with her gag. You know from from experience that she has magics. She is not really able to do anything without the ability to use verbal components in her magic. So she is trying to chew her way out of her gag, and she is not succeeding on this turn, I'm afraid.
Priestess, use your hands.
She extends to you a rude gesture.
No, not for that.
after this stunning moment of strange things happening and suddenly everything growing quite derailed, the cultists in the room spring into action as we start the next turn. It's Gaspar's turn. It is the turn of Gaspar.
10-4.
Top of the round.
Okay, so my mage hand dissipated, which is bullshit.
Sorry, but not very sorry.
Okay, it's not your fault. Well,
Except literally, yeah.
and I'm sorry, Isaac covered...
Isaac also covered it in stone, like a dome of the stone brick flag, or the stone flagstone, the flagstone that covers the floor.
Cool. I'm gonna cast a spell, probably.
Okay.
Called this leader, most likely.
Mm-hmm. Who is currently grappled by Vara Nostra, although that prevents her from moving. That doesn't actually add any benefits, though. Just painting a picture.
Oh, yeah. There's a plan.
I will throw Tasha's hideous laughter at her, so she needs to make a save. Wisdom?
Damn. Even with advantage, that is a 9.
She's on the ground laughing.
She's on the ground laughing. Well,
So she's in the tentacle laughing.
she's falling all over the tentacle. The tentacle is now holding her up. Yeah, she loses her fucking shit there. She is now incapacitated, as I understand it. Anything else?
I will use my bonus action to hide. I'm thinking of like maybe throwing a combat roll and ending up behind the other pillar, so that's where I have been in the event that the other cultists try to attack me.
Yep, so move action to stealthily roll behind this thing.
Yeah.
And then bonus to hide.
I rolled an 11 on the die. My stealth is 10, so I got a 21 to hide.
Excellent.
Thanks.
It is the old man's turn as Malcolm stands above him, sort of like contemplating how to get this guy free. He realizes that the man has kind of stopped struggling and seems to be almost lost in his own thoughts. And you hear him mumble beneath his breath, "Why can't I remember my family?"
Malcolm will just look concerned.
That is it for Lord Bloom. All right, so Tsojcantha, the tiefling archcultist, is cackling madly. All right, so she has lost her turn essentially, but she gets a save. 15, 1-5. Meets, passes.
One.
All right. I haven't had a laugh like that in a long time.
No one cares.
Aren't you meant to be hiding?
Well, gee, I'm happy that we could bring a little bit of joy to the castle, you know?
The other ones are holding outside, waiting for a verbal signal if they're needed.
They're waiting for a verbal signal? Do they not hear?
What was the plan that you guys set aside with N and Lady Fitrion?
Yeah, we kind of forgot they existed.
But I would imagine they'd wait outside to see if we need help and pop in as needed.
Do you think we should go in and help them?
I don't see any snakes in there.
Well, if he opens the door, he's gonna see a lot of tentacles.
He's seen those tentacles before. He knows they're...
I figured out those are not snakes. They are deceptive deceivers.
Okay, well, you would seem to be the expert. Vukro's turn.
Just cut to them 5 rounds later, and they're playing cards as we die.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah, I suppose it makes the most sense to just try and reduce the cultists. Yes, Silas's great axe hungers.
Silas's great axe hungers.
For a nat 20.
Hot
Wow.
diggity damn. Also, I think you have advantage because of the position of Vara Nostra. So, I mean, it's not like you can roll any better, but what a hell of a hit.
Probably dead.
Almost certainly dead.
That's 23.
Obliterated. Sensing sort of the heightened energy of the room, when you cut into this cultist, the axe doesn't just drink a little bit of the blood that splashes across of it. It takes all of the fucking blood, and there is a desiccated husk of what was formerly a human cultist on the ground at your feet.
Nice.
Holy shit.
You think very quietly that you can hear the blood drinker's axe burp very quietly.
I probably just assumed that was Nostril.
She is doing a lot of gnashing and stuff right now.
And I'll move up to that guy too.
Okay. Malcolm.
Yeah, I was wondering if Vukovar's is gonna take the gag out of the princess's mouth.
The princess. You guys are so bad at social roles. Your dad, this princess.
No, but I believe that would take an action, which I can't do, and attack.
Yeah, that is accurate.
She's
Okay.
She can handle herself. Nostril's rather well known for handling herself. Okay. Malcolm's turn. Malcolm and Varanustra.
Yes, I will have Varanustra fling Tsojcantha. I remembered her name. And through the portal.
Through the portal. Okay.
Fling. Okay, that's if she falls into a wall, but I think if its creature is grappled, it can be thrown up to 20 feet in a... Oh, it has to be a random direction?
Unfortunately, the tentacles on these creatures aren't very precise when it comes to flinging large creatures. You can roll a d8, and you've basically got probably about a 50%, maybe a little less than a 50% chance of throwing her through the portal. Roll a d8.
All right.
I usually start, before you roll, I start in the upper left-hand corner, so that would be a 1, a 2, a 3, and so on. So that's how I usually do it, to indicate the direction she gets thrown in.
Son of a bitch, I got an 8.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She gets flung in this direction. How far? Up to 20 feet? Yeah, so she just sprawls across the floor, really.
Malcolm just gives a look to Varanustra like, really? It's right in front of you. Varanustra just gives a little screech, and it's like, fine, whatever.
Varanustra shrugs, and it takes a while. Alright, so she tumbles to the ground. I'm going to actually take... Yeah, so she is no longer grappled. She is no longer laughing her butt off. But she is prone. Sorry about that. That was a little lackluster, but it could have been great.
It could have.
Sometimes the dice just aren't with you.
The match is young. We'll try again.
For sure.
In the meantime, since she is prone, I mean, I guess I could just shoot her in the face with the Eldritch Blast.
Listen, there's a reason that's a favorite.
That is a reason that is a favorite.
Yeah. I think she's prone, though, so from far away you actually have disadvantage with ranged attacks.
Really?
Yeah. It's like how soldiers lie on their bellies to take shots at other people so that they're harder to shoot.
Interesting. Okay. All right, then. Then I will use Mind Sliver on her.
Ooh, good one. Okay. That's an intelligence saving throw, right?
It is.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's a 17 on the die, I'm afraid.
Well, she does quite well. Okay. So, let's see. Does she even take any... Am I see an intelligence saving throw? Or take... Yeah. So, yeah, she doesn't take any damage then.
Ow. You risked all and lost, I'm afraid.
Nah.
Alright, anything else then? I think that's it for you and Varanustra. Unless you want to move somewhere.
No, that's it.
Alright, it is the turns of the cultists. These two are going to close in, and they're going to close in a pretty tactical fashion. That's going to be 1 attack against Vukro, and 2 attacks at advantage against Malcolm. Alright, that's just an 8 to go against Vukovar's. Yeah, he goes to swing, but then he's totally freaked out by the axe, which almost seems to be breathing.
Like heavy breathing.
Mm-hmm. And that is going to be a 21 and a 14 against Malcolm.
Oh, those both hit.
You take 11 points of slashing as they pull out these sort of wicked-looking sacrificial daggers.
All right.
Lady Nostril finally manages to chew through her bindings. I actually have to bring up her character sheet, which I haven't had to in a while. Although I have changed it a bit since the events of Lost Mine of Phandelver. Wow, she doesn't have a whole lot she can do without being hit. She is also a martyr, so... Yeah, she's actually going to run. She's going to jump past the squid. She's like,
I don't have time to process that right now, so I'm just gonna, pardon me.
and she's going to run to Lord Bloom.
Love that guy.
But there isn't really much she can do at this point. Back to the top of the round. It is Gaspar's turn.
Oh, it sure is. Is what's her face on the ground?
On the ground, but kind of far away from you. She was thrown in the opposite direction of where you're hiding. She is 50 feet. Yes, thank you.
I'm gonna pull out my short bow.
Oh. I thought you were going to say the sexy blunderbuss.
No, but at 50 feet, what's a blunderbuss gonna do? Make a loud noise?
What's the range on the sexy blunderbuss?
I don't know.
You guys named it the blunderbuss. It is not called a blunderbuss. It is not a blunderbuss.
Oh, see, I thought it was a blunderbuss.
No, it is a Castorian boomstick is the official name for it. You guys called it the sexy blunderbuss. That is not an official part of the lore. Well, I mean, it is that you call it that, but it's not a blunderbuss.
I was to understand that it was a shotgun type weapon, not a rifle type weapon. Mea culpa.
I don't know what the range is. That's why I was asking.
Could it be a shotgun rifle weapon?
60 feet.
I was gonna ask if I can use sneak attack with arrows, and that sounds like I could, right?
You can at range, but I think in order for the sneak attack to be, you have to have advantage, and right now you have disadvantage on ranged attacks because she's prone.
Interesting.
So you can hypothetically, but not in this situation as it is.
Okay.
Just a quick note about the sexy blunderbuss.
Mm-hmm.
It is 60 feet, and it can knock people back 10 feet.
Yep. It may succeed where Veranustra failed.
What's Veranustra trying to do?
Throw her into the portal.
Oh. And she's 50 feet away from me, you said?
Yeah, but the portal is at a right angle to your line of effect right now.
Yeah, but I can walk.
Yeah, you can walk.
Thank you. If I come around the other side of the pillar, I can actually dash as a bonus action. So I will dash over so that she is between me and the portal, and then I will cast Thunder Wave, and if I succeed on that, she will be knocked back 10 feet.
You would probably take an attack of opportunity from the northmost of the two cultists, but it's just a cultist.
I will live with it, yes. So
Okay.
we'll resolve that first as I'm running.
As you are running, it is a 13 to hit.
Misses.
Misses, okay.
And then Thunder Wave, she gets, hold on, Constitution saving throw.
All right, you wanted to land in the spot immediately south of her?
Correctamundo.
Constitution, that is a 12.
She failed, so she gets knocked back 10 feet and takes 2d8 damage.
Yep, knocked back 10 feet, and she disappears into the abyss. You can't super see her behind the thing. There's too much distortion. You get the impression of a landscape behind it, but you can't, it's not like a mirror.
For what it's worth, she took 12 damage, just so
Excellent.
Malcolm points in that's how you knock someone into an abyss.
There's a lot of pressure.
Veranustra just waves her tentacles and just in that kind of way that you just know is a very rude comment, but you're not sure what she said.
Right, okay. Is that it for Gaspar?
I do believe I have exhausted all of my options, so yes. Best part is, Thunderwave's a cantrip.
Lord Bloom, still lost in a reverie.
Oh.
He seems really confused. His confusion is deepening as though he's searching the corners of his mind for information that is not there. There is no movement from Tsojcantha. You don't know what's going on behind the veil of this portal?
My hope is that she is being torn apart by an unfriendly demon.
Could be. You do not know.
Could always poke your head in, find out.
Not always, only on your turn.
Always.
So, you run with these guys for a long time, or,
No, just this past week or so.
is it always like this?
No, they're always running off to go do something, but it's not usually this dire, no.
How do you feel about snakes?
Oh. Have these two never really talked before? Because now that I think about it.
It is Vuko's turn.
Okay. We raise the axe, we bring the axe down, we hopefully take off someone's head. With a 21.
I suspect most admirably. Roll damage.
And because last round the axe got a kill,
You get damage advantage. Yeah.
For 50.
15, a head indeed does get lopped off, and it is the head that you were hoping for.
Can I use part of my move action to catch it before it falls on the ground and throw it through the portal?
I think because it's funny...
I'm hoping to sort of hit Tsojcantha with it.
you slice the head off, you catch it in your hand as you're going... Actually, you know what? I'd say you grab the guy by the head and then swing the axe so that it's already just in your hand. And then you fling it, and it goes tumbling through the portal.
Cool.
Pretty rare that something scary comes from this side of an abyss portal.
The demon on the other side is like, oh, fuck.
Oh shit, these guys are for real.
How do, like, knowledge roll combat work with 5e? Is it an action?
Generally speaking, it is considered to be an action, but I generally, depending on what, like, on a case-by-case basis, I'll allow it as, like, a free action, although a lot of times it'll be a higher DC than if you took a full action to do it, because it's more like what just immediately pops into your head, rather than you trying to analyze something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, in that case, can I roll something like that to figure out what exactly is even happening here? Specifically with this shit on the ground and Lord Bloom in the center of it, seeming to be going mad.
Roll an investigation check, I would say, for that, to have an epiphany.
It's a 6. They're curing his bunions. That's what they're doing.
Which I guess is damn decent of them. Why are we fighting these guys again?
Oh no. I need to go through that portal and get this guy's head back.
Maybe we can crazy glue that shit back on. Okay, anything else?
I suppose it makes sense to move there. Just so that if they flee, Silas can... But no, that's...
And that way you're flanking Malcolm, so if he betrays you, you know, it'll be over right there. Okay. All right, so you got a little movement. You played a little head ball. You got a little movement. You failed to have an epiphany, but that's all right. It is Malcolm's turn. Malcolm and Vara Nostra.
All right, Malcolm is going to dual Eldritch Blast these two fools in the face.
Just real quick.
Yes.
Time in between turns. I'm going to caution us against killing all of the cultists.
Really?
Yeah. Take at least one of them alive, because for all we know, killing all of them helps open some dumb fucking portal.
Oh.
I mean, the dumb fucking portal is open.
Yeah, well, what about another worse portal, guys?
Another worse portal.
Open the portal on a portal.
Listen, I'm playing 3D chess. You guys are playing Murdercheckers.
You should try it sometimes. It's free.
All right, Malcolm.
One Eldritch Blast is a 10, and the other one is a 25.
And to whom are you directing these?
See, the cultist that is above me, I'll direct a 10, and the 25...
Okay. So, here's the thing. Because you are firing a ranged spell into melee, so... Yeah, that's disadvantage.
Why do I keep forgetting that? I rolled a 22 for the top one and a 23 for the lower one.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So do I take the 10?
Yeah, no, the 10 does not hit.
So just the bottom.
So one of them whizzes by, and it just like the surface of the portal kind of bubbles and ripples as the Eldritch Blast flies through it and off into the unknown.
Hits something in the eye. Oops.
Ah! I know I'm a demon, but that's just rude.
And that'll be 3 damage to the guy below me.
Okay, 3 damage.
It's disappointing as hell.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. All right then. So Veranusha will make tentacle multi-attack.
Okay.
Try and hit both of these guys. See which one that she can grab.
Mm-hmm.
One is an 18 for the top guy, and the bottom guy is a 10.
The 18 will hit. The 10 will not.
Yeah, top guy gets it, and he will take bludgeoning damage. So that'll be 5, and he is grappled.
So he takes 5 points of damage. Still a considerable chunk of his hit points, to be honest. You can hear the ribs pop, and he is scooped up, wriggling into the arms of Veranustra. All right, anything else?
No, that's it.
It is the cultist's turn. This cultist is freaking out, is going to start stabbing at Varanustra.
Oh yeah, that'll help.
They're not exactly burdened with an overabundance of intelligence. That is a 17 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
All right, for 9 points of slashing damage on Varanustra.
Wait, is that the one that she has grappled in her tentacle?
Yeah, he's stabbing the tentacle to try and like make her let go.
Oh.
All right, and the one down below is going to attack you, Malcolm. Going to attack Malcolm.
Well, don't do that.
I forget what the attack is. Yeah, a 9 is not going to hit you. That's a 4 and a 6 on the dice for the advantage from flanking.
Well, that just misses, you know.
Lady Nostril. Still not much she can do. She's going to make a strength check to try and drag Lord Bloom out of the room.
I thought he was chained to the floor.
No, he's just bundled in chains to a point where he can't walk or like move or anything. Like his like shoulders are chained to his legs and stuff like that, so he can't really move. But he is not actually fastened to the floor. No. I should have. You know, good maintenance guys are hard to find, and you know it's hard to sink a lag in pre-industrial technology, I guess.
That's what the magic users are supposed to be for, lazy fuckers.
They were busy opening a portal into the abyss, sir.
You can do that by accident if you're in the right place.
Whoa, natural 20! All
Shit.
right. Lady Nostril grabs one chain under one arm and another chain under another arm and starts wearing the man like a dang backpack. And she's actually able to drag him half her movement towards the door. She does take an attack of opportunity from this lower one. No, she takes an attack of opportunity from both. One of them does hit, the upper one that is engaged with Varanustra. In fact, I'm going to say that it isn't even so much like it was a deliberate hit. He just was slashing as far and wide, panicking with his dagger as he's being gripped by this spectral squid. But she's already used her action, so
Those bastards.
that's Nostril. Gaspar,
Yes?
it is your turn, and we are at the top of the turn order yet again.
Alright, who's left up?
There are 2 cultists.
I'm gonna try an intimidation check. Something along the lines of, you know, your leader is not on this plane of existence anymore. You guys are kill. Your better bet is to just run. Just run. Run before you die.
I'm going to go ahead and use their wisdom as a DC here. So go ahead and make that intimidation.
16.
They look at each other. They look at you. They look at the squid. And they make a break for it.
Sick.
Well, the one does. The other one is still
That's
grappled.
right, that's right, the other one's still grappled.
Let him go.
I'll think about it.
I'll think about it. All right. Just remember that this one is intimidated for the next, for the next round.
They also tried to attack Nostril. Take the attack of opportunity
Go for it.
for a 20.
It seems poor sportsmanship, but yeah, go. Yeah, you got it.
I didn't say they could leave.
It's my distraction worked perfect.
Cuts off his legs at the knee.
14 damage.
14 damage? Okay, yeah. No, this one does not actually run away. This one gets cut down and sort of tumbles forward.
Like the tumbling tumbleweed.
The axe is thirsty. It's moving on its own.
Yeah, okay. Nostril, seeing this, kind of stops lugging Lord Bloom and just kind of face palms and goes like,
You need to stop doing this.
He attacked you. What am I supposed to do?
I don't know, get over it.
I miss Nostril. Finally, it's Lord Bloom's turn. The puzzled look that has been shadowing his face since the battle began suddenly lights up in realization, and then comes a wry, uncharacteristic smile.
I remember now. Old boy, after all these decades, my deceptions are so good that even I believe them.
A shadow seems to fall over the room, and there is a sudden tearing sound as Lord Bloom seems to be growing. Nostril, still dragging him by the chains across the floor, freezes in her tracks. Lord Bloom's body swells, his flesh casting a dark, stone-like gray as muscles ripple and his clothing tears. Chains pop and burst, individual links whiz across the room and leave craters in the stonework. Nostril goes flying.
Ah! Shit!
Gaspar, you watch this, and your head grows swimmy. Your vision fades to blackness. And that same feeling that came over you at the top of that tree at Tumulus washes over you again 100-fold. You fall to the flagstone, unconscious. Horns rise up from this new creature's head, a stony beard, glittering eyes, and a wide set of wings spread from his back as he achieves giant stature. And an inhumanly wide grin nearly separates the top of his head from the bottom. And there, standing in the middle of the room, Lord Fraser Bloom becomes before your very eyes the Demon Lord, Fraz Herbaloo. The Smile in Stone.
I hope he wasn't the demon guy the whole time. That would have been a twist.
I think he might have been the demon guy the whole time.
But how? Like when?
Oh my fucking god. Fraz Herbaloo, Fraser Bloom. You son of a bitch.
I don't know why I'm always checking my character sheet. I have this shit memorized. Every time I go back and I'm just like double checking, and I'm like, "Yep, no, you were right."
It hasn't changed in the last turn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my last turn was 2 weeks ago.
That is fair.
It hasn't changed in those 2 weeks.
Oh, thanks, Tiger. It was helpful.
All right, and the one down below is going to attack you, Malcolm. Going to attack Malcolm.
Well, don't do that.
I don't know why I said it like that.
Oh, it's Pingu.
Oh, geez, guys, you shouldn't really be fighting. Just kind of let them do what they're going to do, all right? You don't want to see Tsojcantha when she's mad. Oh, jeez.
Ain't gonna see Tsojcantha.
Do I want to see Tsojcantha when she's in the abyss?
She's a tiefling. She'll be fine.
Time zones are...
Bullshit.
I mean, they're cool as hell, but...
Oh, yeah, but they're clearly made up by the time companies to sell more time.
One does not sell time. One... You don't lend it either. You do. Do you, like, give it away?
You absolutely sell your time. Do you have a job, Isaac?
Yes.
You're selling hours of your life, and for likely not an amazing premium. You only get so many hours, man.
It is Gaspar's turn.
Oh, it sure is.
Young Gaspar.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because he's a little boy. He's a baby boy.
Little bloom bloom.
Just little bloom bloom.
Little bloom bloom.
So, I'm going to have Veranustra make 2 tentacle attacks on the tiefling. What is her name?
Tsojcantha.
Tsojcantha. Yes, I'm going to have her make... So what was that?
That was you.
Your mic cut out when you were saying Tsojcantha, so it just sounded like Tsojcantha.
I'm going to make 2 attacks on that sucker.
That sucker jive turkey.
Oh no.
You gonna be okay?
Oh, probably not. I just looked at the stat sheet and I need to go back and look at it again.
Oh, interesting. Hasn't changed since last turn, you know.